ACM box. Retrieve the ACM hard case from its box. Open the ACM hard case and verify the contents found inside the ACM hard case against the items indicated on the checklist. If it is incomplete, inform the DESO technical staff immediately. After ensuring the completeness of the items found inside the hard case, continue to follow the preliminaries of the ACM operations procedures indicated in the general instructions as follows. Retrieve the ACM from its hard case. Show to the public that the left compartment at the back of the ACM, where the main and backup USB tokens are individually stored, is sealed. These compartments must remain sealed throughout the entire FTS procedure. Position the ballot box in an area that is accessible to voters during voting. Attach the voter receipt receptacle to the ballot box. Properly place the ACM on top of the ballot box. Lift up the ACM monitor towards you until the screen display is viewable and comfortable to the voters. To connect the ACM lithium battery to the ACM, perform the following. Retrieve the DC lithium battery and ACM cables. Connect the ACM cable to the AC power adapter and plug the other end into the electrical outlet. Connect the cable of the AC power adapter connector, red, to the input DC power port of the DC lithium battery. From the battery, remove the cover of the male coaxial connector and connect to the DC female coaxial cable connector. Plug the other end into the ACM power port and then switch on the lithium battery. Press the red power on button of the ACM, which is located beside the power adapter plug, and wait for the ACM to initialize. The correct logo will appear, followed by a loading message, ACM is starting. An alert will then appear with a message, 2 main USBs are connected. Do you want to continue? With the OK button. Press OK. Wait for the system information screen to be displayed with a print device information button. To install the thermal paper, perform the following procedures. Place the new thermal roll into the paper roll compartment. Open the printer compartment underneath the ACM monitor by simultaneously pressing the left and right red buttons to unlock the printer cover. Lift the lid cover upward to open the printer compartment. Pull out a portion of the thermal roll and place on top of the sheet feeder. Make sure it is aligned and the thermal coating of the thermal roll is facing downwards. Close the printer cover by pressing down until you hear a click sound. The ACM should automatically adjust to the insertion of the paper roll by feeding and cutting a few inches of the paper. After completing the procedures from the general instructions until open voting, randomly choose 10 persons from among those present who will accomplish the ballots used for FTS voting. If there are few persons present, any of them may accomplish more than one ballot to complete the 10 FTS ballots. The chairperson will give each voter a ballot placed inside the ballot secrecy folder and provide a marking pen. For the voters in bar, Two ballots shall be used during the FTS, one containing the NLE candidates and the other containing the names of the candidates or members of the Bar Parliament. Using the marker pen, the voters shall accomplish the ballot by fully shading the circle opposite the names of the candidates, including that of the party, organization, or coalition participating in the party list system of representation. Once the voters are finished accomplishing the ballots, they shall return the marking pen and accomplished ballots inside the ballot secrecy folder to the chairperson. The chairperson shall then examine the accomplished ballots if the circles have been properly shaded and if the security features, such as
That's what I was talking about. Diba? After they shade
barcodes and QR codes have not been damaged. Return the accomplished ballot back inside the ballot secrecy folder, then hand it to the FTS voter who shall personally feed the accomplished ballot into the ACM. Then instruct the FTS voters to verify the votes as appearing on the VVPAT and place the same in the VVPAT receptacle. Follow the same procedure until all 10 ballots are filled.
Paalala lang, bawal ilabas o dalhin ng voter ang VVPAT. Ito ay ilulusot sa nakatalagang VVPAT receptacle.
After the 10 FTS ballots have been fed to the machine, follow the instructions on the closing of polls, printing of 9 copies of national and local election returns, printing of statistical report, and ballot review.
Reminder, only 9 copies of the ERs for the national and local elections shall be printed and there shall be no transmission of votes.
Once the election returns have been printed, the next step is a manual verification of the election results, wherein the chairperson and other EB members shall retrieve the accomplished FTS ballots from ballot box, manually count the votes therein, and accomplish the manual ERs provided for the purpose. The following rules shall be observed in the manual counting of votes. The chairperson shall verify the ballots to determine whether there is overvoting. If there is an overvote in a position, no vote shall be counted in favor of any candidate for the said position. The chairperson shall take the ballots one by one and read the names of the candidates voted for and the position for which they were voted for in the order in which they appeared thereon. The poll clerk shall record on the manual ER the vote as the names voted for each position are read. Each vote shall be recorded by a vertical line, except every 5th vote, which shall be recorded by a diagonal line crossing the previous 4 vertical lines. After finishing the 10 ballots, the poll clerk shall determine the total number of votes obtained by each candidate. The EB shall sign the certification portion of the ERs generated by the ACM and the manually prepared ERs. The EB shall compare the results derived from the ERs generated by the ACM and the manually prepared ERs. If the results are the same, perform the re-zero procedure and shut down the ACM following the procedure in the general instructions.
Lalay siya kay card na ID na. Itong I button. So, kanina ito gamiton.
If the results are not the same, the EB shall re-appreciate the ballots and review the VVPAT to determine the discrepancy. If there is still a discrepancy, the EB shall call on the assigned DESO technical support staff for assistance. The DESO technical support staff shall report such incident to the NTSC and the EO concerned. Once the discrepancy is resolved, perform the re-zero procedure and shut down the ACM following the procedures in the general instructions. Place the counted ballots, VVPAT, manually prepared ERs, ACM generated ERs, and all other reports generated by the ACM in the envelope provided for the purpose.
Sa minutes ni mo.
Remember, all acts, data, or information required to be recorded during FTS should be entered by the EB in the minutes as soon as they occur or become available. Let's proceed to the disposition of the FTS forms and supplies.
Disposition of FTS forms and supplies. After conducting the manual verification of results, the final procedure to be performed is the disposition of forms and supplies used during the FTS. Ensure that the ACM is placed in the ACM case, which should be properly sealed and secured. Thereafter, leave the ACM case, ballot box, VVPAT receptacle, and external battery inside the polling place or any secured room in the voting center. Afterwards, submit to the election officer the envelope for counted FTS ballots, FTS election returns, and other reports containing the following, and seal the same with a paper seal. Diagnostic report, initialization report, 9 copies of the national and local returns, manual ER, counted ballots, and VVPAT. The election officer shall keep the above documents until further instructions from the Commission. After the final testing and sealing, the ACM shall not be opened earlier than 4 o'clock in the morning on the election day.
To recap, during the FTS, the EB chairperson shall explain the essence of conducting the FTS. EB should ensure that they receive the complete FTS forms and supplies. He shall follow the instructions in the installation and operation of the ACM. Susunod, magsisimula ang FTS mock voting with 10 voters. Don't forget, the chairperson will check the ballots if it is properly shaded and that the security features have not been damaged. Thereafter, follow the instructions on the closing of polls, print 9 sets of ERs of the national and local elections, and there shall be no transmission of votes. To follow is the manual vote counting. The EB shall compare the results derived from the ERs generated by the ACM, the manually prepared ERs, and the VVPAT. If the results are the same, proceed to re-zero the ACM and shut down. However, if with discrepancy and the EBs cannot resolve it, the DSO PSS will be called for assistance. The SOTSS will report the incident to the NPSC and the EO concerned. Once resolved, conduct the zero and then shut down. Don't forget, place all the counted ballots, the BBPAT, manually prepared ERs, the ACM generated ERs, the minutes, and all other reports generated by the ACM inside the envelope provided for the purpose. And that's it. You're done. FTS na tayo.